So the backyard boomer vlogs, they're gonna start looking a little differently now because there was a storm last night and we had a little bit of a tornado warning that went off about 9 p.m. last night, and then I heard a loud crash outside in the backyard, and you can see this very large tree has fallen. It has been snapped, and back there's a very large limb that came off of another tree that actually crashed through the fence and toward the gate that is back there on the fence. And that's typically where I typically stand and record my backyard boomer vlogs. Thankfully, I wasn't out here during the storm last night. I am going to have to go to Home Depot and buy a chainsaw to remove this thing, because this thing is at least, I would say, 25 feet of tree that has fallen that I've now got to chop up. So for you guys that have been following the channel for a little while, for whatever reason, I have been stricken with these natural disasters. They're not really natural disasters, but I've had some weather events, several in the past 3 years especially, that have caused some issues. I've missed a significant time from making videos on the channel, especially in 2020. There were 4 major events in 2020, other than obviously the pandemic, which caused a lot of problems. In 2020, I had a tornado that removed that fence that's there. For a while, you guys probably remember the backyard boomer vlogs didn't have that wood privacy fence. It's because there was one there originally. It got blown away by a tornado, had to build a new one. Then I had 2 hurricanes in 2020. One of them was very nasty. It caused a significant amount of damage, and yeah, I was out of power for like 8 days straight, something crazy like that. And then other than the 2 hurricanes, there was the big ice storm that pretty much shut down this area for a couple of weeks, also in late 2020. So thankfully 2021 and 2022 though have been all right. No really nasty weather to speak of other than last night's storm, and you can see this large limb that crashed through the fence. That's nasty. I don't know how much it's going to cost me to fix that chain link, but you know what? One of the things about when life gives you lemons, you know, make lemonade or whatever, or every cloud has a silver lining. There's actually a silver lining to this cloud here, because it's very odd. Not 2 weeks ago, I was talking to someone about I needed a tree cutter because I had too many trees back here anyway. Limbs were often falling because there's like 8 or 10 very large trees kind of close together in this section of the backyard, and I wanted to remove at least one of them, maybe 2 of them. And one of the ones I definitely wanted to remove is that big mother sticker that just fell. So I don't have to pay somebody, you know, like a tree service, like what, $500, $600, $800, whatever it is, to come remove a tree. I don't have to pay that now. Of course, now I'm going to have to put in some real work myself, because I'm going to have to obviously cut up all that wood. I don't know if the wood's going to be good enough to, I could use it for firewood. I do have a fireplace in the house, so that's another positive. You can always find positives to these things. Another real positive is that tree, this very large tree, fell at the exact perfect angle where it did not fall backwards onto the chain link fence. It would have took out the chain link fence, right? It also didn't fall that way, because if it had fell that way, it would have taken out the wooden privacy fence and possibly damaged some stuff on the neighbor's yard as well. And if it would have fell a little bit more in this direction, it would have hurt my fig tree, which of course is not blooming this time of year, but in the spring, you guys notice, got a nice looking fig tree there that it just missed. Like, it really fell between the apple tree over here. Like, it took the perfect path. Like, if it was going to fall, that is the only place it could have fallen and really not damaged anything. So you know, sometimes I think, you know, there's a higher power looking out for me, right? I know a lot of people, you're either a glass half full or a glass half empty kind of person. A lot of people would come out here and look at this mess and just be completely pissed off. Oh, you know, everything's against me, you know, the universe, fate, God's against me, you know, things are always going wrong. Well, in a lot of ways, the things that go wrong, again, you can look at them in a different light, because honestly, if this was going to happen, this happened about as well as could be expected. It's gonna cost me a little money, that fence, that chain link fence. I'm kind of bummed out about the limb that fell through it. But other than that, really don't have any technology tips today or any Linux tips. I'm gonna spend most of the day today actually probably just cleaning up this yard. So I'm not going to the office, probably not making content for a couple of days until I get this situation here straight. But anyway, peace guys.